Hello Aries, welcome to your Timeless Love reading. I haven't done one of these in a while. I'm going to do a you versus them reading, meaning I'm going to look at you and I'm going to look at them and separate the two of you. I'm also going to go through each sign, Aries through Pisces, if the story does or doesn't exactly resonate. So yeah, that's my plan for today. I haven't done one of these in a while, just a Timeless Love reading, so that's what this is going to be. If you're watching this when it's uploaded in October, make sure to check out your October 2020 reading. I'll link it at the end of this video and probably during this video at some point. That will be based on October, and I also look at love when I do that as well. So, sorry. Alright. Just want to make sure that I'm happy with how my cards are before we start this reading. Thank you all for watching. Let's get into it. So I'm going to start out with you. Could be feeling as though you want to speak your mind, King of Swords. I feel like you want to speak your mind in an honest and truthful way. Maybe you just want truthful communication with this person, Aries, to where you guys are able to really talk about what was not communicated possibly, or is not being communicated between the two of you. I think you have some fears about doing that though. Let's see why. Let's clarify why the main card is here. Yeah, you have some anxieties or fear about really saying what's on your mind. Could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Aquarius card came out, so a lot of you could be dealing with an Aquarius, but Star card. You don't really want to make it seem as though you're maybe holding out for this person as much as you are. I feel like also things are pretty one-sided between the two of you. You're holding out hope that things will get more like mutual between the two of you, more giving, more honest communication on both ends. I feel like that's what you're holding out for. Maybe also you don't want to come off as needy with this person. You know, not too sure why. Maybe that's part of the anxiety, is you don't really want to speak your mind because you're worried about coming off as too clingy or too needy, and which, you know, I guess makes sense if you're worried about that. Sorry, this is kind of okay. Yeah, so you don't want to come off as clingy or needy, but I think you're holding out hope. It's just there's anxieties about you being like this person to where you can really like lay down the law and say like, listen, this is what I want out of this connection. This is what I feel like having. I want to communicate in this way. You don't want to come off as too needy or too demanding from this person, so you're kind of just holding back. Let's look at, I'll pull a couple more cards actually. I think I just want to pull one more card. I feel like I pretty much got your side out right now. For those of you that this is your story. You could have had a breakup with this person, 2 cups in reverse, or you guys just aren't committed to each other in the way that you are hoping to be. I think that's really the problem. For a lot of you, you want to like say what's on your mind, Aries, and really say how you feel and say why you're anxious, and say also maybe just things to get off your chest. But you don't want to come off as too needy. Maybe this person has like, you can tell, doesn't really want you to, doesn't want you to be too demanding, but I guess you can feel from some people sometimes when it's like, okay, I don't know if this is the best like environment for really say how I feel, because this person just isn't really open to it. So speaking of which, let's get into this person. So they're also kind of lacking the strength to say how they feel here. Strength card in reverse. Maybe they're also worried that they're not like good enough or something like that. They also could be a little bit selfish as well. Maybe that's what you picked up on them when I'm talking about you kind of know that this person acts a certain way. Maybe that's part of the anxiety here, is because you know that they have a little bit of selfish tendencies and have acted selfishly towards you in the past. So you're kind of worried about, you know, I'm going to move my... All right, Aries, continuing on with what I was saying, I feel like they are a little selfish and they've acted a little selfishly towards you in the past, so maybe that's why you're not holding back. Maybe this person just gives off some sort of feeling that they're like focusing on themselves right now, or they're not really even looking for anything serious, so maybe that's why your anxiety is coming out. I feel like, okay, just continuing on with what I was saying, you can sense that this person does have some selfishness, and I think your fears are almost valid in a way here. Not saying that it won't work out, but saying that maybe that's why you're anxious to say something. It makes sense in a lot of ways. So So there is some element of, I wouldn't lie to you, Aries. I think this is maybe similar in my Aries reading for October 2020, but this is a timeless reading, but still I'm just going to say that. I do feel like they are kind of still deciding about you. Like maybe they just value their alone time so much that they're giving you thought and they're thinking about you and they're wondering, but this person can't really make up their mind, it seems. I'll look at the outcome and see what I see afterwards, but if this is your story, like this person was a little indecisive, they don't really put in like the amount of effort that you want, things are one-sided. I can see how frustrating that must be for you guys. Yeah, 7 of Wands. You could be dealing with another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Also could be dealing with a earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This candle smells so good. Sorry, it just smells so good. So, this person just, they're thinking about you and they want to make it work. I don't really see that they have a lot of options, but the 2 of Wands is here, so it's a possibility that they have a lot of options, but maybe they're like a player type, I'm not sure. But it also is a possibility that they're just like not really willing to, like I said, put in that work. That's really what I'm getting here. So let's get more into using this deck. Let's see what's going on here, the hidden truth, what they're not telling you. We'll see if this resonates with you guys. I want to be more than friends. So I'm really getting, for some of you, this could be a situation where you guys just aren't admitting how you feel, or maybe you guys haven't gotten off the ground for some of you. But I did say breakup, so it could be that, but this person wants to be more than friends, especially if you guys are friends right now. You speak to me through music. I bury myself in work to forget you, especially for those of you that had a breakup. I bury myself in work to forget you. Just being near you is intoxicating. They're really attracted to you, like I said. They're thinking about you. There's no doubt. Like they feel almost intoxicated, like I said, or being around you. But it says I knew exactly what I was doing, and I don't think you guys are dumb, Aries. I don't think you guys are, like I said, you have this anxiety, you know. Sorry about the sounds in the background. You know that things are one-sided. You know that you're not speaking your mind for a reason. It's because you don't really feel comfortable to speak your mind, which makes sense. So it says I knew exactly what I was doing. So I think you guys know this, that this person is playing games, and I feel like you know that. I knew exactly what I was doing, and we both know I am not the one for you. So they're just like playing some games here. Let's go more into, I feel like they want to like be with you, but they don't want to put in the work, which is so lazy and unfair to you guys. So if you're in that situation to where you're willing to put in the work but they're not, maybe it's time to leave, because that's just like unfair. It says we belong together. Now that we are united, we can work anything out. I guess now that you guys are if you guys are in each other's lives, for those of you that makes sense, to where you guys are talking sometimes, or maybe a breadcrumbing situation where they're coming in and out of your life. They feel like you guys belong together and that you guys can work anything out, but then they're also not really willing to put in the work. So there is like this possibly hot and cold energy. So it could be you guys, but someone in this connection says, why do you stay away from me? The game of running away must stop. There's nothing to fear. So someone's really afraid. I don't know who it is in this situation, but someone's afraid. All right. You can let me know by commenting, telling me your story. I really like to hear that sort of thing. So let's get into your guys' outcome. So someone, I feel like, is forgiving themselves. I don't really know who. Maybe letting go. 5 of Swords in reverse. You guys may be kind of, like, around the time of this breakup, if this did happen, or this heartbreak, I feel like you guys are forgiving the situation and moving on. For those of you that are just done and willing to go through the breakup. We also have Judgment here, meaning there is going to be a decision made on someone's end. Maybe you, Aries, like to walk away. Let's see, what's this decision? So the decision is to, like, this person is this person at the end of the day. I feel like they're purposely, like I said, not really putting in the work or willing to open up to you for a reason. I think it's because they have maybe commitment issues. Maybe they have some, actually I would like to use this deck. Maybe they have some issues with being guarded, like I said. So in the outcome, I guess, just like, this is a timeless reading, so for some of you, I'll go into more signs after this to get more storylines out there, like I keep saying, but for some of you, I feel like this person is going to continue to be guarded for a long time. And that doesn't mean that's the end-all, be-all. That's just kind of what I can see. Especially when, you know, whenever I get a reading where someone's indecisive, I feel like it always ends up, whenever I'm doing the outcome, that I guess it makes sense when you guys really think about it. Like, at least when I think about it as well. Like, if someone hasn't made up their mind, I can't really see it yet. Like, that's why I feel like whenever I get a card that it's like someone's indecisive and can't make their mind up, I feel like I always get, it's like hard for me to see the outcome. It all depends on this decision and when they let their guard down and start to give it some thought. So for what I can see right now, this person is indecisive. I feel like you probably know that they're indecisive. There will eventually be a decision, but I feel like you may not know it for a while because this person's so guarded. But anyways, flirt. I feel like you guys do have a really lighthearted connection here, or they think of you in a very lighthearted way. Like, for those of you that the story is resonating, romantic feelings in reverse. I feel like you're going to start giving up on them. Like I said, you have some fears. Maybe some of you are just going to not wait around for this person to make their mind up, which is totally, like, makes sense, I feel like. But past life relationship. This could be a past life relationship. Or you guys could have known each other for a while. Maybe you guys were friends or married or something like that. There's honestly all storylines here. When this happens, it's like good, but it's also kind of, I'm sure, I hope it's not confusing for you guys. I just really try to say everything that's on my mind, because obviously I'm reaching a lot of people, and I feel like it's important to really try to get as many stories as out there as possible. Honeymoon in reverse. I feel like right now, and then maybe in the near future after watching this reading, I feel like there will be some time period of you guys either not speaking or you guys fighting, because I did see some conflict and there's some swords in here. Soulmate in reverse. Maybe you guys haven't learned the lessons that you're meant to learn in order to really be together. That's what I think when I get soulmate in reverse. Could also mean that this person is just not it for you, because like I said, there is some like games being played that's not fair on you. Also, sometimes people come into our life to where we're meant to learn a lesson, and then after we learn that lesson, you're meant to be together, and then that means that you guys are like overcame what you're meant to overcome, and then you guys can be together in a real like soul connection kind of way. But sometimes there are barriers, if that makes sense. At least in my mind, there are barriers. Like, they have to learn their lesson. They have to like actually want to put in work in order for you guys to really get to know each other on that soul level, or feel that. I hope that makes sense. But if I'm being honest, Aries, like, this doesn't have to be your story. If it's not your story, it's not your story. But if this person just isn't putting in work and it's just really unfair to you, and like I said, there is some anxiety and fear in this, Aries. If this is your story, like, maybe it's best that you just move on, because you don't need to sit around and like wait for this person to make up their mind. And even I can't even see what their decision is, so they're like really indecisive over you. So I just hope that I hope that it sorts itself out and then you get more peace of mind in the future. So that's what I have for, oh, and they're focused on their career. That could be a really big thing, is they're just focused on their career and their job right now. So let me go into all signs, because clearly that probably wasn't for everybody, and if you guys stuck around, thank you. Sorry if, like, I just I see it like, sorry, I'm saying like a lot. I try to read the cards as I see them, and I don't really like to come up with a whole fake, I don't do that ever on this channel, where I come up with a fake story to try to appeal to people. It either resonates or it doesn't. Alright, so let's go through all signs, Aries through Pisces. If you're dealing with another Aries, the Magician card in reverse. You guys can't really seem to make it work. You guys may be better together than you think. You just aren't in that like stride. Maybe you guys are still in a really rough period at the moment. And I feel like how they feel about you is they care, but they just don't really know how to go about it. And they also are worried. There's just some mental blocks here stopping you guys from really being together. Maybe if you feel like it, stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Obviously, in my general reading for Aries, I was talking about someone having a lot of hope. So obviously there was two different stories there with Aries, but I am saying it's possible that this Aries is like still optimistic about your connection. So make sure that you probably, I'm not going to say that, like if you feel like staying optimistic and holding out hope for this person, especially if they treat you like a priority, then you can. If you're dealing with a Taurus, we have 5 of Cups here. So they're really, really sad and heartbroken. They feel like they lost something really important to them. They could be depressed, really sad. Maybe this person is dealing with depression. But especially if you guys had a breakup, they're really sad over you. And when they think about you, they get sad. Soulmate in reverse again. Maybe you guys just weren't meant to be. Especially if this was a breakup scenario where, sorry for all these reads. I mean, I'm trying to do as positive of a reading as possible, but like I said, maybe you guys, this could just be a hurdle and you guys haven't learned the things you're meant to learn in this lifetime, and maybe you'll come back to each other eventually, but there is some really big sadness, and I think that they're feeling the loss. With a Gemini, similar to the general, they feel really defeated and they can't really handle the conflict between the two of you. Maybe also they don't want to say what's on their mind because they don't want you guys to get into conflict. Know that when it's meant to be when it's meant to be. If you guys are fighting, maybe now's not the time to reach out. Maybe it's time to let each other cool off with the Retreat card here and then give your relationship a chance in reverse. I feel like that it's needed for you guys to take some time apart and to really, that's a really big theme in your guys' reading today, Aries, is taking some time apart and really thinking, okay, how can you guys both separately better them like yourselves before you guys get back together? And I feel like that's really, really the case with that reading, to where maybe it's best to let things lie for the moment and to cool off, especially if there was that conflict. All right. By the way, these can be applied to sun, moon, or rising signs, and also could be applied to like a friend in your life or a family member in your life. Just want to throw that out there. If you're dealing with a Cancer, finally some good news. New opportunity with a Cancer. You could be meeting a new Cancer soon at the time of watching this reading. Like I said, this is timeless. Or you could be in a really good place with a Cancer. New love. I feel like you guys could be meeting a new Cancer soon. Or if you just met a Cancer or you're friends with a Cancer, I feel like you guys will admit feelings really big on a new opportunity. I should just leave them. Why do I keep doing that? Leo. Maybe I'm meant to just have my full deck and not. Leo's going to be admitting their feelings for you, Aries. 2 fire signs. Lots of fire here. But it's a Page of Pentacles, I'm just saying. Fire signs are very, I don't know. They can be like that, so it makes sense. Maybe you guys are both going to be mutually just expressing how much you care about each other and how much you value each other. If there was a period of separation between the two of you, it's over. Separation in reverse, so that's really good. I feel like you guys will be expressing how you feel. Really letting each other know how much you care. Virgo. I love it when they kind of just fly out like that. If you're dealing with a Virgo, we have the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Coins, meaning they're focused on themselves, if I'm being honest. Similar to the general, they're trying to better their own finances and career. A lot of cards came out. I feel like they also are just spending time with their friends. Maybe they're trying to get another opinion on you guys, talking to other people. Maybe there's other people involved in this, like third parties or something like that. But just know that they still haven't forgiving and learning. Another thing that I'm talking about, the theme of this reading that keeps coming up with every sign, is that you guys may just not be on the same page, and you guys can come back to each other after you guys are on the same page of what you want in a relationship. And I feel like you and this Virgo are just not on the same page. They also haven't learned from the past or forgiven you. So there's some bitterness. I'm just talking about the near future and how they feel right now, like what I can tap into with a Virgo at the moment. At the moment, I feel like they don't really forgive you. They haven't learned like stuff from the past. They still haven't learned what they're meant to learn. So they're holding back from you. And I also feel like they're focused on their finances. That one came out clear as day. If you're dealing with a Libra, it's not negative. Like, I'm really just thinking with this reading, it is really important that you guys are meant to learn things about yourselves before you guys can be in a functioning relationship, especially if you guys aren't on the same page of what you want. Like, if you feel like Aries, I keep saying this, but if you feel like, okay, well, I'm not getting what I want, we're not on the same page, here's what I want, but I'm afraid to really say what's on my mind or how I want my needs met by this person, you're afraid to say it almost. So I feel like you do need some time apart for a lot of you in order to get on the same page. Like, if you're not on the same page, you're not on the same page. And especially if you guys aren't communicating about that, there's no way for you guys to get on the same page, if that makes sense. Libra. I did Virgo, right? Libra, they're waiting for something from you. Past life relationship in reverse. I feel like this could be something pretty new with a Libra. Could have a new Libra that's kind of like watching you, Page of Swords. But also could have a new Libra that's coming in, is really chatty, is really talkative, really excited about you. I feel like they're just really excited about the idea of you here. This could be a new Libra. If it is a past Libra, maybe they're going to try to approach you in like a new way or have a new beginning. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, isn't it cool when that happens? I know it's not like a huge deal, but I do like it when they fly out. This Scorpio is nostalgic. Oh, also if like this, if there's a sign that's a lot of their chart also, where they have this sign in a lot of their houses, like that also can apply to this reading. I'm just saying like major, the big three, or like they have a lot of this on their chart, like it can apply. And also can apply to friends or family if you're looking to reconcile with a friend or a family member. Scorpio, they're thinking about you, but they think about it in the light that like, oh, they didn't feel the same way that I feel about them. With unrequited love here in Six of Cups, this is very big on looking at the past, looking at past memories and thinking like, oh, well, that didn't work out. They're like, they didn't care about me or something like that. With the Sagittarius, Aries. This Sagittarius could have a really big personality, King of Wands. This also is a Sagittarius card. So I feel like if they want something, they're going to get it, Aries. So just be aware about that with the Sagittarius. I feel like they're the type, this is a big card on leadership, big personality, knowing what they want, going after what they want, being in a very confident state of mind. So if they, just know that if they really, really want you, they're going to get you, or at least try to. So you may want to wait around for that, because I feel like they do want you. This is a really positive reading, so maybe know that they do want you, and if they want to see you, they're going to tell you that they want to see you. But if you're not hearing from them, like, then yeah, they're probably not interested at the moment. But it does say worth waiting for, so if you've known this, like, I'm talking about a new Sagittarius, like sort of new, if you're just waiting for like contact, then yeah. But if this is a past Sagittarius, they're feeling really like confident right now, so you may be hearing from them because they're confident. But like wait around for a little bit, but don't wait around for a long time. Capricorn. This Capricorn is repressed. They feel emotionally unfulfilled, possibly unhappy as well. Ace of Cups in reverse. They may want to reconcile, but they do want to reconcile. I feel like they're sometimes when someone knows that they did something wrong and they want to fix things, they almost hold it back or like suppress it from themselves because it's like, oh, I don't want to open that can of worms or whatever. So yeah, that's how I feel like this Capricorn is feeling. Like they're like, I don't want to open that can of worms. It'd be nice if me and this person like could forgive each other, possibly reconcile and move on together or apart, but I don't want to even like open that right now because maybe they're busy or something like that. Aquarius. This Aquarius, similar to the general, just isn't willing to put in the hard work. Long-term especially, maybe they're just very focused on right now with you. They're not really a long-term thinker in general. Maybe they're not a planner. They don't like to plan for the future. Yeah, make the effort in reverse. They're just not willing to put in any effort. Like if you're around and you guys can see each other, cool, but I don't think they're really gonna like, okay, let me plan out how I'm gonna ask this person to marry me, or let me plan out how I'm gonna ask them to be my girlfriend, boyfriend, like partner. I don't really think that that's something that's happening right now. Like they're just not really willing to put in the work, and I'm sure you're aware of that. They're just really focused on right now. Doesn't mean that they don't want to see you or be with you, or I just feel like right now they're just really not planning for the future. Maybe they have a lot going on. If you're dealing with the Pisces, we have Knight of Cups. Really positive with the Pisces. You could be hearing from them. They could be sending you a really romantic message. Knight of Cups also could be becoming more emotionally available than they have been in the past. I think in the past they didn't really feel that attractive, but they're back in their confident state of mind. Just know that you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So maybe you're starting to attract this person, one, because you're confident, two, because they're confident, either one. Like someone didn't feel attractive, but that's kind of changing right now is kind of what I'm getting. So let me just pull a couple of these advice cards for the general, for those of you that stuck it out through all those signs. I feel kind of like bad about this reading. I hope that it makes sense to you. I don't feel bad. Like I feel like I said what I was meant to say. But yeah, I just hope that you guys liked it. Please let me know your thoughts. I feel insecure about this reading a little bit. I just like to give you guys, I don't know. I'm not going to go on one of those rants because everyone always has something to say. But I just want to say that my thing on this channel is there are a lot of tarot readers on here that I'm sure will, not in a bad way, like everyone has their thing. I think there's a lot of tarot readers on here that will tell you what you want to hear and try to spin things in a positive light, which I respect and which is fine. But for me personally, I don't like to do that. I feel like people are meant to hear what they're meant to hear. From my readings in particular, I feel like I'm meant to say what I get. So I'm not going to lie to you about what cards I get. So I try to make it make sense with your story, and I try to also make it positive. I try to make it positive, but I'm going to read the cards as they are, and if you don't like that, then that's okay. But there's lots of readers on here that I'm sure will have a different perspective on that than me. And it doesn't mean that it's your story either. So some advice, a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So I think that this person loves you and they're thinking about you. Maybe they're just not really motivated to act. It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. So it may be necessary to just give to yourself, like I said, learn the lessons that you're meant to learn. And if you're meant to have a reunion, you're meant to have a reunion. And that's just kind of how I see it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys like this reading. Please let me know your thoughts and whatever thoughts on any part of this reading. I really enjoy hearing it. So thank you guys for that. Those of you who do, let me know. I also want to say that, so I do personal readings. You can reach out to me for a personal reading. My email is in the description box of this video. I'll tell you about my rates. So I do my personal readings similar to this, like on YouTube. I do a video and I'll film a video and send it back to you. My prices with the videos are actually pretty good rates, but I have decided to possibly, I'm going to launch my site soon. I don't know if at the time of when I post this video. Sorry for the noise. I'm also going to offer Zoom readings or readings over Zoom, like to where it's live and to where almost like or a phone call, whatever you prefer. But those rates are going to be more. So I personally still like to film videos, and I feel like it's easier because then it's more flexible on everyone. So that's why I charge the Zoom readings more. But I just want to clarify that I'm going to start doing that to where if you want a Zoom reading from me and you're more comfortable with a Zoom reading instead of a video reading, that offer is there, but it's a lot more expensive because it's like harder for me to like fit into my schedule, and also because it takes up like more time, obviously. So if you would like that, then you can look at my appointment calendar and you can book an appointment with me when I'm available if you'd like a Zoom reading from me. But most of the time I'm sticking to my same thing where it's a personal reading over video, and those are just as effective, I feel like. So yeah, I just want to throw that out there and let you guys know, and for those of you that will be confused when I do launch that, that's kind of what I'm going for here. But thank you so much. Hope that you like this reading. Talk to you guys like in the comments if you feel like telling me your story. Subscribe if you like this video, if you like this video. Okay, see you guys for your mid-October readings. Subscribe if you want to watch that, and also check out your October 2020 reading. I think it's here. Check out your October 2020 reading. Thank you guys.